What's going on, all you fantastic people? I'm Matt.
And I'm Vanessa.
And this is Zeus. And today we're actually going to be kicking off something of a series, I guess you would call it, maybe. Just recently, all the Academy Award nominations were released. And that, of course, meant that all the nominations for Best Pictures were released. And we realized we haven't seen many of those films.
No.
I believe out of the 9 films that were nominated, we've seen two. Those being Black Panther and Bohemian Rhapsody, which are reviews that you can find on our channel. So we're actually going to be reviewing all the nominations that we haven't seen. I can talk, I promise.
It's okay. We're playing catch up right now.
Yeah, we're playing catch up basically. And so we're going to be kicking things off with Green Book, which stars Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. Set in the 1960s, an Italian-American bouncer becomes the driver of an African-American musician. Hitting the road and touring the Deep South, the two men must put aside their differences to overcome the elements and harsh reality of the world around them. And since we're doing things a little different, I'm going to do things a little different right now. Usually we start with what works and then talk about what doesn't work. I'm going to make this super, super simple for you guys. This is a story that you've seen over and over again. This is really nothing new. Yes, it's based on a true story. Sorry to interrupt you. But you've seen this before. This is just a different background in different faces, really.
Yeah, it's definitely something you've seen before, and I feel like, I don't know, recently, it's just over time, they come up with different ideas, but regardless, doesn't take away from the movie, honestly.
No, that doesn't mean that this is not a good story or a darn good movie. And to keep things simple, see, this is all new. To keep things simple, Green Book comes down to 2 basic things, the writing and the acting, and there is plenty to take away from both.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like, I want to touch on the acting. Do you want to touch on the writing? Because I think we always go to acting first. So maybe since we're doing things differently.
The writing is quite good.
the writing is quite
No.
good.
The dialogue it's sharp, it's witty, there's a lot of heartfelt, very entertaining banter between these 2 characters. Everything feels authentic, everything feels real. These feel like 2 people in a car on the road having real conversations on different ends of the spectrum. These 2 guys could not be farther apart at the beginning of the film.
Absolutely. I feel like they're very different characters, and they're coming together, and the movie is about them bonding. I mean, there's a driver. Not at first, but I mean, we've got the driver. When you sign up for something that's going to be months on end, weeks on end, you
Think Driving Miss Daisy, but in reverse.
Yeah.
With 2 men.
With 2 men. Kind of reverse?
No, but there is a lot of humor and drama mixed into the dialogue, and in order to pull off such good writing, it requires good acting, and that's where you get both Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. They are both fantastic in this film.
They are so I mean, I love Mahershala.
Mahershala.
I'm just putting his first and his last name together. I feel like
It's
I've
fine.
done that before.
He's not here. He won't care.
And then Viggo, he transforms himself. He's a transformer. I'm just saying.
He is. He disappears into the role of Tony Lip. He puts on a ton of weight for this role. He speaks with a thick accent. Well, not thick accent. He speaks with an accent, and he pulls off the character incredibly well. He's like an everyday guy, but he's got this kind of dark, brutish side to him, almost like an enforcer, which is actually why Dr. Shirley hires him in the first place, because he knows that he can handle himself and get himself out of trouble, and get things done.
Get things done.
Which is why Dr. Shirley is even interested in him in the first place.
Yeah.
And then Mahershala Ali he's equally as good in this movie.
I feel like there's not a movie that I've seen him in, or anything that I've seen him in, that I didn't think that he did fantastic. Like, he was so good. He's just so good.
Yeah, and he plays Dr. Shirley, both a brilliant mind and a brilliant musician. And once again, these 2 guys could not be farther apart, but the chemistry in this movie, it works so well. And I think if they didn't have that chemistry, this movie would not be nearly as good. However, like I said before, this movie is somewhat cliched. There's nothing really new going on here. But that's not the thing that bothered me the most about this film. What really bothered me is actually the ending. I personally wasn't sure if Tony, by the end of the film, had truly changed, if he truly learned anything about his time and experiences with Dr. Shirley, or if his respect and gratitude only extended as far as Dr. Shirley. And the same could be said for his family and friends. There is actually a key scene in the beginning of the movie where you see the level of racism on display by not only Tony, but those around him. And by the end of the movie, I wasn't sure if everything had just completely changed or if the writers and director had been like, no, we're just going to put a nice little bow on top here and call it good. But at the same time, I don't know how important that is to the... I mean, it is important, but this movie is still... It's fascinating. It's heartfelt. I thought everybody did a great job in it, and it definitely deserves to be seen. I don't know if you have any problems with the movie.
Well, I don't. It's not that I have anything wrong. I just wanted to say that it feels like a very heartwarming tale on how somebody could change from being completely ignorant to compassionate. That's kind of what I get. And I think that's kind of what they were trying to give you at the end with that little cherry on top with the whipped cream and the nuts. But I don't know, like you said, it's still like, how did it... I can see it with him, but I don't know about his whole family.
Yeah, I think I just wanted a little bit more. But that's just me. I still think that this is a beautiful and funny film. And I'm going to go ahead and give Green Book a B+.
I have B+ as well.
Yeah, and it is worth checking out. Of course, once again, we are behind the 8 ball here, so maybe you've already seen it, and if you have, let us know what you thought about it down below. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. As always, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
You guys are the best. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of our fantastic movie reviews, hit the subscribe button. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you awesome people next time.